me, we've heard the rumour, Enchanted 2, is that really happening?
Yeah, they're starting to develop Enchanted 2. It's called Disenchanted, and that's for real. And yeah, they've got a director attached, and they're writing a script.
And you're in it, right?
I'm hoping.
It doesn't open at your funeral or something?
No, I hope not. Not unless, you know, I don't know. I'm not going to let anybody else play Giselle. So.
No.
No.
And then will your daughter be geeked that you're going back to Giselle?
No, she won't.
Yeah, she doesn't care.
She's so cool. I'm mama to her. Like, she doesn't think of me as an actress at all. Like, she makes fun of me for it. Like, when I FaceTime her, she's like, oh my God, it's Amy Adams. And I'm like, she's 6, by the way. Yeah.
And by the way, she's got such a cool attitude. She's like, sometimes you're not even mom. You're like, oh, that's just the chick that cleans my room and cooks me food.
It's true.
She's awesome.
She's pretty level-headed.
Because after the Avengers movies, presumably you've got a lot of children that come up to you, Jeremy, wanting pictures and things.
Yeah, that's the best part of it all. Yeah, for sure. They, you know, before the Avengers, the kids would run away from me, but now I play a superhero. Then they come around, and it's the most amazing thing.
But why did you frighten children?
I think
you were thinking it. You were thinking, why are the children running away?
Other than it's really fun?
It's his resting face.
It's a resting face I was born with, and you know, I built a career around it, so it's awesome.
So right now you look kind of twinkly.
Well, because I'm smiling. Yeah, but when I'm just thinking about, like, hey, that is a really amazing looking suit. It looks like I might want to hurt you, right? But I'm thinking, like, oh my God, that's a beautiful suit. But if I'm just thinking about it, it looks like I might want to choke you.
Yes, I see it. That is scary. Yeah. Because what's the thing about your daughter wanting to make you cry?
Oh, we were talking about what I do for a living, and I was explaining how I try to I just make believe, like she does when she plays, and she's like, can you make yourself laugh? And I said, yeah. She goes, can you make yourself cry? And I said, yeah. And she goes, do it. Honestly, you gotta give me a story. So we made up a story, and I've done it before for people about sriracha. I don't want to go back into this, Grandma. Okay?
No,
okay.
What is
the sriracha plant is, they're shutting it down because the fumes kind of go into the community. And, yeah. But I've done this. This is redundant now. It's really weird.
Awesome.
Everyone's like
completely
weirded out. They're like, I don't trust her at all.
Yeah. They got paid to do something like that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's almost kind of creepy.
It is, right?
It's amazing.
You should be an actress.
Right?
I know.
Yeah, it's really good.
You can do that.
Yeah.
Why don't you, Chris O'Dowd, you can make yourself cry as well.
Yeah, do it. Cry. Cue, now, go.
There's this sriracha plant.
What about it? What's going on?
No, I don't know. I guess, I don't know if I can make myself cry. I do that thing where, definitely if you're in the midst of a scene, you can start, you know, if you're really in it, it's kind of fine. And but then when you get to, as you guys know, on to take kind of 15 or 16, then you got to start playing some tricks to make your subconscious cry or something. And you start thinking of sad things, or for me, it's like Battersea Dogs Home commercials. Or for some reason, I don't know why, because I'm a pacifist, I keep watching these videos on YouTube of, like, soldiers coming back from war and seeing their animals.
Yes.
Have you seen this?
Yes.
It's a killer. So when like, sometimes when you're watching me on screen, that's what I'm thinking.
Explain this, Benedict Cumberbatch. This is odd. Of all the questions we had, the one that came up most often was ask Benedict to say the word penguin. What is this about?
Well, apparently I got it wrong repeatedly in a documentary. It wasn't a documentary about said animal. It was a documentary about, I think, about the South Pacific in general. And now I'm completely terrified of the word. I don't go near it.
Well, no, because I know, here's the thing. I thought, or I'm sure they're making it up, but we actually looked at this documentary.
Oh, good.
So the documentary is called... The documentaries are called Strange Islands. The first one you sort of get away with, and then after that you lose all sense of what we're watching. Let's have a look. Listen carefully.
And the last thing you might expect to see here is penguins. These are Fiordland crested penguins, named after this corner of South New Zealand. So why are these woodlands so attractive to penguins? A freshwater stream through the forest makes a handy highway for a parent penguin heading home from a fishing trip.
The funny thing is, you don't do this in isolation. You have a team of, natural history experts based in Bristol, funded by you, the tax-paying public. It's not just me sitting there in a booth going, oh, I think I know how to say penguin. I'll say penguins. It's mortifying, but there are other people who should take some flack, including my producer.
But did no one at the end of the thing, could we just try the word penguin again?
Maybe. Maybe they just gave up. I honestly don't know.
But then what I love is, in the way that life is, how special that Benedict is now starring as a wolf in this film. So can you say it now?
Well, I've had a word with Disney. I need to check that I have said it correctly in the film.
Penguin.
No, penguin.
Penguin! He's all over it.
The sense of achievement.
We weren't able to talk about it then, but now we can talk about poor old Thor in that film. He did eat his feelings.
He definitely ate his way through his emotions, yeah.
He did. We've got some pictures. There you are, eating your feelings.
That's it.
But now you didn't do that.
Oh, no, that was my full Raging Bull Oscar attempt.
Look, so this is a fat suit.
It was the most remarkable thing. It's
so good.
It's a prosthetic latex kind of thing, which literally I would slip into. It weighed about 60, 70 pounds, was that 30, 40 kilograms, with a zip up the back. And they'd taken photos of my body, and then every little sort of the hair or freckle or whatever the hell that was on that thing. That's my body in like 6 months' time. After this.
And Thor was depressed, but was it depressing for you walking around like that?
No, it was so much fun. It was good.
Did people treat you differently? As in ignoring you?
Yeah, every time I stepped toward the catering truck, they were like, no. Not enough, big guy. On the treadmill.
We were doing an interview yesterday, and the journalist for Good Omens, and the journalist asked me, "Were you wearing a fat suit for it?" And I'm not. This doesn't zip up. Didn't she?
She did, I'm afraid. She didn't really recover from that moment.
No.
The interview never
went south quite quickly.
And did you get the pregnant lady thing, where people just want to touch your stomach?
You got a lot of cuddles. And my wife, she's had 3 kids. And often, the pregnant lady, they get the belly rubbed in the supermarket. And Robert Downey gave me a fair share of belly rubs. Everyone just wanted to cuddle me. I felt like Santa Claus,
Yeah.
A few sort of Avengers on my lap from time to time. But this guy felt weird. So.
Oh, dear. Because Dwayne, your character's name is Dr. Smolder Bravestone.
Yes.
And so all the characters have strengths.
Yes.
So one of your strengths is the smolder.
An actual smolder, yes. It just takes over, and I have no control of it.
And did you know you could smolder? Did you kind of think, when you read it, did you go, oh, yeah, I'll do my smolder?
I take you...
Is that it?
No, it didn't come yet.
Oh, okay.
That literally is where it came from. What you're saying, and this is why he looked at me, because it's so frustrating. Just go ahead, tell a story about your stupid smolder.
It's one of those things that, as we're developing the script and thinking, well, what could be a fun thing? Well, what if a fun thing? One of the fun things was he has this ability to smolder, and it just takes over him. He has no control of it. And it's just one of those things, Graham, that God delivered. I signed for it. And I just do it. And everyone likes it, and everyone loves it, except one individual. Everyone loves
I'm gonna tell you what it is, okay? Now we are very close. We're very close as friends, and you know, in this position, he's a producer on the film. So sometimes I just bit my tongue. So this idea came up from a producer like mentality. Like, oh, you know what would be great for this character? If he smoldered. And I was like, what?
You don't have to.
And he's like, you know, if he did a thing. And I was like, what's that got to do with that being like in the game?
You don't have to say it like that.
He was like, it's a thing. And he's like, and then he brought it back. He was like, my mom used to do it to me when I was over the mountains. And that's why we listened to him, because he brought it back. Everything got tied back to Hawaii. That's how he did it, Grant.
Well, the proof is, can we see a smolder? Can we see?
I'd be happy to. Great, sit back for a second. Okay, here we go. Can we have a little music? Maybe something that's a little ominous? Okay, here we go.
Wow.
Yes. Okay, here we go.
You
ladies.
can do it to me if you want.
Yes. You're ready. Here we go.
Beautiful. Very good.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
That's sustained smoldering.
It's very impressive.
Yes. But now, Kevin.
Yeah, and now, Kevin is pregnant.
Now we're having a baby.
I got Rebel
From
just
there, from that distance.
Yes.
Rebels Pebble. See, it's a little rock.
That's good.
Yeah,
No,
it's a
that's
little
good.
rock.
That's why you are who you are, Grant. That's why. Right there. That's some of the genius right there. That's why you are who you are.
What is the hold that the Spice Girls have over you? Is this real?
Yes, it's real. And I just feel like I've been talking more about the Spice Girls on this press tour than I have about the movie.
That's because you wept. You wept in Australia.
Weep. I know, I wept.
Did you really weep?
I really did.
But now, which one was talking to you?
Mel B.
And was she really talking to you, or was it a message?
No, it was a video message on an iPad.
And that made you cry?
Yes.
What, were you jet lagged?
Yes. But I also, you do understand, because we're in the UK.
Yeah.
I was a fiend. I was obsessed with the Spice Girls. And they taught me about girl power. And I love them. I think they're fantastic. And
What's the song?
There's so many, Jamie. There's so many. Spice up your life.
Every boy and every girl.
Spice up your life.
Hey!
There's so many, and they're so fantastic. And today on the radio, Mel C talked to me over Skype.
Oh, wow.
So it's really very exciting.
Okay, now, who would you say is your favorite Spice Girl?
Emma Bunton, Baby Spice.
She's your favorite.
She's my favorite.
Who's next?
Don't do that.
Just a question.
All of the other four.
So Emma Bunton.
Well, Emma Bunton was the one that I had blonde hair and bangs, and my name obviously is now Emma. My name was Emily, but it was taken when I became an actor. And so now it's Emma. And yeah, I love...
So get me this. So one gave you a video message and one talked to you on Skype.
Yes.
But you're telling me you've never met a Spice Girl?
Are you gonna do something right
Have
now?
you never met a Spice Girl?
Are you gonna do something really?
Have you never met a Spice Girl?
Wait, hold on. I have to mentally prepare myself.
Have you never met a Spice Girl?
Not in the flesh.
Okay. Now, as you know, Emma, it is very rare. It is very rare for more than one Spice Girl to appear together for any reason at all. So, they're not here. We tried! We tried. Emma Bunton's on holidays.
Just forget it.
No, honestly.
Just forget it.
Terry Halliwell's phone is disconnected. I rang her, and it was like, this number is no longer in use.
Hilarious.
All right.
You'll meet them.
Someday.
Yeah.
I really did
Now, Florence Pugh, you're having a special New Year's Eve because you like someone on the couch.
Oh, I know, I do. I mean, I like all of you on the couch.
Don't lie. You like one more than the other.
No, I particularly love the sound of Tom Hanks' voice.
Oh, my. Really?
Yeah.
No,
This?
Yeah, that.
Hey, that's great!
No, my mum actually reminded me this morning. She found out that you were here, and she said, do you remember... Because I was sick quite a lot as a kid. And I was always in hospital, and they were always trying to find a good position for me to sleep in. And apparently, I would always wake up when Toy Story was over and the ending credits would play. So she'd quickly get up from her bed and rewind it and press play again. So I've been very soothed
Well, you know what?
sleep.
You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. Oh, there you go. Assume the position.
And you'd met Timothée Chalamet before this, hadn't you?
Oh, God. I had met him about a year previous. We were doing the kind of award season rounds together, and I loved his surname, Chalamet, and every time I read it as Shalamala Bing Bong. And when I saw him at this event, someone was coming to introduce me, and I said in my head, I was like, Timothée Shalamala Bing Bong. As I was walking towards him, to the point where it's now become such a name in my family that my gran met him last week at however many weeks ago, at the Paris premiere. And afterwards, she came up, she was like, I met Timothée Chalamet Bing Bong. So that's his name now in our family.
So, Timothée Chalamet Bing Bong,
Yeah.
but also Meryl Streep.
Yeah.
I mean, you have scenes with Meryl Streep.
I shared space with her. Yeah, no, we shared a carriage for a whole day and a room for a whole day. It was...
And does Greta Gerwig, does she give you a little pep talk beforehand? Kind of, you're going to be in a carriage with Meryl Streep. You know, does anyone prepare you for it?
No, you kind of just know that she's in the room or she's somewhere in the house because everybody's on best behaviour and everybody lights really quickly and everybody sets up cameras very quickly because Meryl's around. So you always can tell that she's somewhere.
And didn't you say that when you were doing an outside scene, like she has this power, she speaks and things happen?
Oh, we were in a carriage for a long time, and it takes a while to reset shots because we were behind horses, and it took about 20 minutes each time. And it was cold, and we were in Boston, and Timmy came up and kind of jumped up on the carriage, and just as he jumped up on the carriage, a waft of chip smell came in, and she suddenly then wanted chips. And within about, I'd say, 10 minutes, there was a gasping PA, like, with Wendy's fries ready to give to her. So I sat in a carriage, dripping in my fine clothes, eating Wendy's fries.
There's
with
photographic evidence. There you are. It's delicious.
It was.
Yeah. Because famously, you have this ongoing thing with Brad Pitt.
So I've done some terrible things to Brad. Wait, Brad's done some terrible things to me, too.
So how did it start?
I don't remember how. We were doing Ocean's 11, I think it was the first one. And I don't remember what it was. I think initially, one of my favorite things is to get those things that go around your license plate or a bumper sticker, because you never go to the back of your car and look. And put it on people's cars, because it's funny and they can ride around, you know, with some horrible, you know, embarrassing bumper sticker. And I found a bumper sticker in the shape of a pot plant that said cops. I put it on the back of his car because I figured there's no way you don't get pulled over. I mean, there's no way. And he got pulled over. And then he went on, I think, Letterman and said, you know, Letterman asked him when he and Angie would get married, and he said, when George can legally marry in the United States. He didn't want to... And it just kept going back and forth with that for a while. And then it was, I had stationery made up with his name, and then I would send letters to other actors from Brad Pitt. I sent Meryl Streep a letter from Brad where I got a big thing of CDs that had, it was a dialect coach. And he had like every dialect, you know, Gaelic, Yiddish, every dialect you could possibly, and this huge thing. And I sent it to her with a note from Brad that said, you know, I hear you're going to be doing the Iron Lady soon. This guy helped me with my dialect in Troy or something ridiculous. You know, here, I thought maybe this would help. And I sent it to Meryl, and, you know, she's very confused. understand it. And I sent letters. I've sent letters to lots and lots of people from Brad.
And is it that you don't tell either of them?
I don't tell either. No. I later, like a year or 2 years later, I let them know, and then they're like, "Are you kidding me?" I'm doing one now that I can't tell you about, but in a year you're going to hear that I've been arrested. I'm not kidding, because I think I've crossed the line.
Oh, no. I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's exciting. I have a wife, she's a barrister, I'll be fine.
And I've got another picture of you in an early role. I don't know whether this is before Corelli or after Corelli. When were you in Beauty and the Beast?
Straight after Corelli.
Oh, right.
Literally straight after, yeah.
So this was you as Gaston.
Yeah.
Oh, look at all. Now, this, I don't know if this story is true. It sounds is this story true? It sounds unbelievable.
Oh, okay, I know the story. It's true.
How is that possible?
Well, it's my most embarrassing moment in life, where I was getting these headaches. It was my first job I'd done in a musical. And I was getting headaches, and I went to a naturopath, and he said, "Oh, you're dehydrated, you're sweating every night, so you need to drink 3 litres of water a day." I was like, 3 litres? So, of course, me being me, I drank 4 litres, right, thinking 3 or 4. So I have a routine when I go on stage, and I was on about 5 minutes after the show goes up. I always pee when they say places. Places, ladies and gentlemen, you hear it, and I go and pee. So I peed. I'm waiting backstage, and I'm like, I've got to go again. I've got to go again. No, I've really got to go again. And that was my cue. So I walked on stage really needing to go again. And that first number was very energetic. And it was during that number where I pick up Belle, I literally have to pick her up, and as I'm picking her up, I'm like, oh. Now, that's when I realised the muscles you need to release to sing are the very ones you need to tense to hold on. So by the end of the number, I was literally bursting, and I managed to hold on. And I remember the girl playing Belle was looking at me because I was singing like this. And so I came to the last note. I was humiliated. I have to demonstrate this. So front of the stage here, and the very final note's a big F sharp and big. And I say, "Will you marry?" And I say a little line. I'm thinking, if I sing this note, I'm peeing my pants. If I don't sing this note, I'm humiliated in front of 2,000 people. Me. The show must go on. Yeah.
Ice Cube, we could be related. Because apparently there's some Irish stock in your past.
No. I mean, it could be. You never know.
No, isn't there, but you have an Irish name.
Do I?
No Shay. Oh, no Shay.
Is an Irish name.
It couldn't be more Irish. Has no one told you that till now?
No. I've been told. But, you know, I think my mother just liked the name.
Okay, because it's your Christian.
It's my... Yeah, I think.
Listen, Graham, let me educate you on something. Black people are notorious for picking things that they saw one day and say, "That's my baby name." That's all that was. Okay? That's all that was, Graham. It was nothing. There's no amazing story behind it. People would love to tell you, yes, it actually came from an Irish forefather that did this. That's not the case. His mother was reading the paper and she was eating some cereal, and somebody in the back said, "Oh, Shay." She said, "That'd be a good name for the baby." And that's it. That's how it happened. That's it.
But now, here's the thing. You are here promoting your movie, but Kevin, you're working at the same time. You're doing stand-up gigs.
Double dipping.
Yes.
Double dipping. Doing a ton of stand-up shows. My What Now tour is here as well. Major thank you to the UK fans. The tour sold out in like literally 2 days. So you guys are amazing. Way back when.
Wow.
So we did that. And then after that, we came over here for promo. What Cube and myself love doing is really getting involved with the fans. You know, we love putting our feet in the street and really being active and interacting. So we've been doing a ton of pop-ups.
Yep.
Just delivering the movie, the best of our ability, which is live and in person.
And we're splitting all the tour money.
That is not true.
Because you got him here. You got him here.
And I'm here.
Yeah. That's not true.
Yeah,
you know he bum rushed my stage the other day.
Oh, did he?
Without telling me, he tackled me from the back, scared scared the living mess out of me. It was one of the most frightening moments of my life, to be honest.
But Cher, you are going to be played by someone soon.
Yes.
So there's a
Say
movie.
it's me. Please say it's me.
It's you.
Okay.
Finally.
Have you got? Oh, very good. Have you?
I'm seeing that movie.
You didn't even do the hair. It was very good.
Sometimes it gets caught in your lip gloss.
Have you cast the person yet?
No. It's very... Can I tell you something? We're having the hardest time with this film because I've lived too long and done too much, and nobody seems to be able to squeeze it in. Tom, you could help me. No one seems to be able... Because he has a big production company.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And he's been my boss once already.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Yep,
yes.
Mamma Mia.
So, yeah, so
I say as long as whoever it is sings Fernando, it'll be fine.
Okay. I'm going to do all the music because I don't like it when people try to imitate people. It kind of takes you away from the moment. But
Sometimes, not all the time.
Why did you do that?
No, I'm just saying.
No.
It might be fine when someone playing Bob Dylan does it.
Yeah.
Probably, you saved me.
Yeah.
You saved me.
Well, all right.
Might be. Yeah.
It'll probably be fine.
But not you, because you're Cher, of course.
Yeah.
Julia.
You're Cher, my God. How do you stand yourself?
I don't. No, I'm a pain in the ass.
But have you started auditioning people?
No, babe, we haven't even finished the script. One script from, like, one of my favorite writers, brilliant, just said, Cher, I can't get it. I've been trying and trying, but I just can't put it all together. I don't know how I can't put it together.
Maybe make it a big, fancy, like, HBO series.
Mini-series.
Yeah.
Maxi-series.
Yeah, well, I don't think so.
No, okay. I mean, I was just trying to help.
I believe we're shooting the final scene of the movie right now. We get together, try that out.
You look at lovely Keira Knightley, very pretty, and you think, what a great advantage being an actress if you are as lovely as you are. But sometimes it puts directors off that they don't want someone who's so stunning.
You mean Joe Wright, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Joe Wright, who I've worked with 3 times on Pride and Prejudice and Atonement and Anna Karenina, didn't originally want me for Pride and Prejudice because he said I was too pretty. And then he met me and said, oh, no, you're fine.
No, did he really? No, wait a minute. Did he phrase it nicer than that?
No, he didn't phrase it nicer than that.
Did he just, when you walked in the door, did he just scream?
Yeah, no, I mean, I got the part, so it's all right, isn't it?
Yes, it's got to, he gives, he takes.
Yes, exactly, exactly.
Same thing happened to me. Apparently I was too buff for Thor.
But Keira Knightley, Joe Wright, rude to you, but you Oscar nominated for Pride and Prejudice. Congratulations.
Yeah,
yes. Now, is it true that on that film, and this is an odd thing to talk to someone about, but that he banned pouting?
Yeah.
No, but do you know you pout?
No, well, yeah. No,
Did you ban pouting?
No, I didn't.
No, I've got it out now. It's stopped, hasn't it?
Well, there's no pout to ban as far as I'm concerned.
Okay,
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I had a little moment. Like, I never liked I didn't like my smile. Lots of people had said I had a crap smile, so any time I had a picture taken, like, I'd always be, you know, bit like that. And then suddenly there'd be a film camera, and I thought, God, I'll just keep like that. It's really good for an actress. And Joe was like, no, you're not allowed to. No, you've got to stop the pout. So I wasn't allowed to pout. Then we started doing Chanel adverts, and then all of a sudden he's like, you know that pout that I banned? Can we just have it back as much as possible? I was like, yeah, okay, but yeah, so yeah. Tried to get it out. There is actually one shot in the film that was done by the second unit director in Pride and Prejudice where the pout is there, and every time he watched it, he's still like, you got one pout.
I want to see the pout now.
Yeah. You know, it's a bit of...
Oh, it's good.
It's a big pout.
That's a big pout. Yeah.
No, but it's good because it's a very female thing. Men, I don't think men can pout in the same way.
I think you could pout.
No, I've got huge lips.
You've got a good lip to pout.
Yeah.
You are a bit of a permanent pouter, if I'm going to be honest.
I think it's there naturally. Yeah, see?
I love that.
That's like a Marilyn Monroe pout.
That's lovely. It does look like you're about to advertise Churchill's car insurance.
Can you pout? Can you pout?
Can I pout?
Yeah. Go on, try. Ooh. Now, see, Ken, I think you are disadvantaged in the pouting department.
You can't ask a man with no lips to pout. It's tough. I suffer from no top lip. Oh, God. You've got less of a top... You're the only man I've ever met with less of a top... He's got no lips. You are an alien.
We all have our crosses to bear. Yeah. It's a lipless world for me, but it's a happy one.
Try.
Oh, no. Look.
Beautiful. Of course this isn't a spoiler, but so there are set twos. You have some tetchy moments and words, and obviously you can kill them. But can we talk about the sex scene? It's one of the best sex scenes I've seen in forever.
Oh.
That sex scene. Who put that together? You know, seriously. It's not like they're kind of like prancing around naked. It's a really clever. Did you guys put that together? Did Ridley Scott put it together?
No, we had nothing to do with it. Excuse me, I'm just trying to cover my universe over here.
And of course, it's not just you in it. Other screen legends, Jeremy Irons.
In the sex scene?
No, Jeremy
is in it.
Jeremy was particularly good. He was great.
He was behind the camera.
Why are you having sex? I'd like to know.
So, there are these legends in it. Jeremy Irons, Al Pacino, and you talked a lot about, staying in character and the voice. How long before you developed the voice, and then how long did you speak in the Italian accent?
Before I developed the voice?
Yeah, or did you find it pretty quickly?
I started in the voice 6 months before we started filming, and then I stayed in it while we were filming, of course, which was really super fun for Adam. Yeah, I made him deal with that every fucking day. But, I actually...
Still doing it.
No, but it actually, for me, I don't know, for what it's worth, Ridley shoots fast and he's got 4 cameras going at once at any given time, if not more. So I thought it was harder to go in and out of character. I thought it was actually easier to stay in character on set. So I wish not to sensationalize this thing, but I do wish to express gratitude to my fellow actor that I was on stage with every day.
No. Oh, okay. You don't have to, though.
You see what I had to deal with?
But that's really unusual. Isn't that unusual to shoot that fast and have that many cameras and things?
Yeah, it's really unusual.
I would know because I've been in so many movies.
Of course, yeah.
I've worked with people before that like momentum. Spike Lee is like that, and Soderbergh is like that. They like keeping the pace. They don't like to be. I mean, the biggest enemy on a film set is time. You're battling everything, technology, other actors, all that stuff. But Ridley shoots so fast, you kind of forget the cameras are there, and it feels like theater in a way.
And it worked out for the sex scene because it was quick.
That's true.
Yeah. It was just long enough.
I know, yeah. It was
This is such an easy grab.
So to speak.
See, everyone's very excited that Matt Damon is here, but in certain parts of the audience and the audience at home, there might be some disappointment because people were perhaps hoping that they would be seeing Matt Damon and his ponytail. The ponytail, it caused quite the sensation this summer, the ponytail, Matt Damon and his ponytail. When did it go?
Well, I had it, I did a movie in China, and so I was there for about 5 months with that thing, and then we did a press conference at the very end. With that thing. No, it was, it was
Was it
hair
real?
It was hair extensions.
Oh, it wasn't real? Oh,
No,
why?
there are 700 hair extensions. It was a full day to put them in. They flew somebody, a wonderful woman from here, all the way to Beijing to do it, and we did it like on a Sunday. It took us the entire day. So,
Wow.
and then I had to manage that hair. I never knew. I have a whole new appreciation for my wife and daughter. It's very hard to do.
Because Matt Damon's ponytail, it ended up with its own Twitter account. Do you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it had its own Twitter account. But also, people really appreciated that ponytail on Twitter. I don't know if you saw any of these tweets.
No,
we
I
found some of the tweets that people... So, Matt Damon with a man bun. Hashtag lady boner. They get worse. You think you have a basic understanding of the world, then you see Matt Damon's ponytail and nothing makes sense anymore. This one's quite extreme. Matt Damon has a ponytail, and if he ever puts in a top knot, I think my ovaries might explode. So never put it in a top knot.
I won't do that.
And who knows what this last one means? Matt Damon, I will use your ponytail to steer while you dine upon my lady sandwich. Wow. She's really thought it through. She is...
A lady sandwich. That's a charming thing.
I just like the use of the word steer. Steer. Left a bit, right a bit. That's it.
Then back. You got it now. It was trained sheepdog to steer.
Holding steady, holding steady.
Docking.
You brought it back to science fiction. Well done. We don't want to make anyone cry, but there are sad days in the publishing world in Australia. I don't know if you're aware of this, but I'm afraid Dolly magazine has shut its doors, Nicole. Dolly magazine is no more. And Dolly magazine was very important to you when you were starting out, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah.
I got on the cover of Dolly magazine.
Here we go.
Oh,
there you are on the cover of the magazine. Yeah. Looking stunning. They've got a giant Michael Jackson.
Are you being facetious?
No, you look fabulous.
I dyed my hair red. I was only like 14.
Is your...
It wasn't red like that. Everyone always thinks it was that red, and it wasn't. No, they dyed it red.
Inside, though, some fabulous high fashion shots of you.
Oh, God.
No, this is beautiful. This just it gives you an idea of the quality of fashion in Dolly magazine. That is a lovely... It's a lovely shiny jacket, and I have to say, these rope seams, I'm not sure they ever caught on, the rope seam. I've never seen them before in my life. But this next picture, this is... You can tell.
God, you're brutal.
So, no, there's only one more. So,
I honestly wish my hair was like that now. It's so dreadful. Because I have to say, anyone that has curly hair that's young, keep your curly hair, don't straighten it, because after a while, you don't get your curls back.
Really?
So, no, they kind of become just frizz mass. I mean, that is frizz mass, but I kind of like that. But, yeah, it's gone. So I'm like an old woman now where I say, don't dye your hair and don't straighten your curls.
I like that idea. You know, when photographers in movies, when they're doing, photo shoot, and they're always like, oh, look sexy, or give me something, give me this, or, try this, da-da-da. What had the photographer said before this picture?
Why aren't you doing this to anybody else?
You look great! Is this the sort of thing you're after?
Just say, can I see your pants?
I thought you were going to say something rude then.
No, God, no. We'll take it away. There you go. Dolly magazine, R.I.P. And you're saying your own son, he won't come to see the play, but he has started to see some of your films. Pirates of the Caribbean.
He has, yeah.
Tick.
Tick that one.
Did he
well,
like
only
it?
because I didn't want it on in the background of somebody's house and for him to then be seeing me, and I wanted to make a little something more. Yeah, he did see it. He liked it.
Oh, yeah. Well, that is quite cool that his dad's
hard
a pirate.
to impress my son, actually.
Your dad?
My dad. Hard to impress my dad. Hard to impress my mum. Don't worry, I go to therapy an awful lot of the time.
And has he seen Lord of the Rings yet?
He has seen bits, yeah, he has.
Because when it comes to Lord of the Rings, you have a controversial opinion of Lord of the Rings.
Well, the problem with Lord of the Rings for me, no disrespect.
I'd say that.
No, Orlando, mate.
You're really upset him now.
Sit down, look.
Oh, look, there's a fly drowning in your beer.
There is!
Sorry, nothing to say about Lord of the Rings here. Let's just save that fly's life. All right, buddy, off you go.
I thought he's a hero in real life.
Well.
It saved its life.
Sorry, I did wash my hands.
Is there any chance Because presumably no one's allowed to come on and change that. So
Someone will give you a new beer.
At some point.
But would you really not? See,
here's my problem.
I would drink a beer that had a fly in it.
And
enjoy.
what's wrong with my finger?
Yeah.
Oh, is it my finger? It's the fly. Yeah, of course. Well,
yeah.
No,
Flies
flies
only
really,
in the air.
Flies...
Anyway, go on. Lord of the Rings.
Now, continuity, sorry, just in case.
Yes. Oh, she's good.
And
oh, she's good.
And could you get the fly and put it back in?
Yeah. He's a little drunk. He's having a woozy time over there. Having a fantastic time. Look. Come on, buddy. Off we go. We're going to be all right.
You'll try it. There he goes. He's fine.
Can we just keep the camera on there? On the fly. We have one of those red button options where we just follow.
It's like Spring Watch, but it's just a fly.
By the way, it's not the fly.
Look, new beer.
New beer.
Oh. You'll take the old beer. Yeah. Oh, look at that.
But the head, that's not going to match.
No, that's not going to match, is it?
That's not going to match.
Drink it.
Just suck the top off.
It's not rocket science.
Just suck.
No, that you have to suck harder. That's too much.
You suck it.
And that's what you said when you pretended not to meet me the first time.
Pedro Pascal, we've got to quickly mention the show everyone's obsessed by, The Last of Us, Pedro, which we're up to episode...
There you do have to that.
Yeah.
Big time.
Is it episode 6 we're at now?
It's episode 6.
Episode 6, OK. And Britain's own Bella Ramsey there.
Yeah.
So great.
Yeah. I had no
her.
idea she was British.
Really?
No.
Well, you saw Game of Thrones, didn't you?
No.
Oh, you didn't?
Oh. What? It's got dragons in it. Why would I watch that?
Game of Thrones.
I mean, I've seen all your episodes.
Yeah.
Right. But I don't think I've ever read such good reviews for a television show. I mean, they're rapturous. Were you familiar with the game?
I didn't know about the game before I got the job. And then I got the job and I found out very quickly about the game. It's a very famous video game.
Yeah, I've heard.
That,
You haven't played The Last of Us?
No.
it needed to be explained to me. But when I got the job, I was very familiar with HBO. I was very familiar with Craig Mazin, who created Chernobyl.
Yeah.
And but I called my sister, who's got 2 teenage boys, and I was on speaker when she answered. She was dropping them off at school, and she's like, "What's going on?" And I said, "Well, there's this job offer and or opportunity that it's based actually on a video game." And Bruno and Pedro are my nephew's names, and they're like, "What is it?" And I was like, "It's called The Last of Us!" You better get that job!
You talk about getting that job. Your experience of getting that job, quite hazy, I think.
Yeah. I was in London. This is horrible.
Okay.
Okay, so it all happened very, very quickly. It was a very strange thing where it was read the scripts, talk to Craig, and then, you know, it was getting later and later at night. And we're shooting in London at the time, and they needed me to stay up late to meet the creator of the video game and the executive producer, Carolyn Strauss, who was on Game of Thrones, and to continue kind of like, you know, trying to convince them to hire me for the job. And by the time it was all said and done, it was late, and I took an Ambien, a sleeping tablet.
That's strong.
To go to bed, yeah. Because I knew that I needed to, because I was, at that point, I was kind of hyped up.
Yeah. You've got to work the next day. You've got to
Yeah, and I was excited about the prospect. So they called me to tell me that I had gotten the job, but I'd already taken the tablet. So I really didn't think, I thought that I would at least have to wait until the next day, you know? And
Okay.
Yeah, and I remember actually.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God. And then like a couple of minutes on the call went by, apparently, and I was like, so what's up? Did I get the job? And they were like, what are you talking about? We called you, we told you got the job. And I was like, oh, I did? And they're like, what's it? And I was like, oh, I took a tablet. I forgot that completely. Woke up in the morning, it was all like, oh my God, did I get the job? You know, like, I'm gonna have to wait all day. They're in LA. I'm in London. I'm gonna be waiting by the phone and everything. And I had gotten the job.
I'm surprised you kept the job. I mean, let's think again. But as always, a stellar cast. You know, Leonardo DiCaprio, Samuel Jackson, and I just wonder, does anyone turn you down?
Well, every once in a while it happens. I mean, actually, one of the, a weird, one of the things was, like, in the case of, say, Pulp Fiction. I had worked with Michael Madsen on Reservoir Dogs, and we really got along, and I thought he was terrific. So I actually wrote the character that John Travolta played, Vincent Vega. I wrote it for Michael Madsen.
Oh, right.
And so I write the whole script for him, and I'm working on this script for, like, 7 months. And he knows it's coming. He knows I'm writing it. And he's like, oh, yeah, I can't wait to do it. It's going to be great. 2 weeks before I finish the script, he takes a job on Wyatt Earp, and he can't do it.
So that explains the Black Mamba in Kill Bill 2.
But then did you have to really fight to get John Travolta into it?
Yeah, no one wanted John Travolta. No one wanted John Travolta. Yeah, well, everyone can say, but at that, in the film he did just before Pulp Fiction was Look Who's Talking 3. He's actually quite funny in those movies.
That is a great film.
It's a trilogy. All right, it's a trilogy.
Oh, the cross-referencing. It's like Back to the Future.
But then I can't imagine how ballsy it is. You're a young director, you've got John Travolta, and you're showing him how to dance. You're teaching him how to dance.
I didn't have to teach John Travolta how to dance.
Could you dance like that? No.
Oh, yeah, no, I wanted him to dance a particular way. It was a certain kind of way. I'll do it. You don't need to do it. All right?
I've got an electric pig on it.
Well, here's the thing. Let me set it up.
Okay, you set it up.
Because it's a twist. Now, twists can be kind of boring. So part of the thing about it is I wanted Vincent and Mia, i.e. Uma Thurman, to have 2 different characters when they twist. All right? When Vince twists, I wanted him to be kind of rich. Like that.
It's good.
Thank you. But when Mia twists, the image that I had in my mind was the Zsa Zsa Gabor cat from the Aristocats. And there's that one little scene where the Aristocats dance, and she kind of like...
With La La Land in mind, we are going to focus on the early dancing career of Mr. Ryan Gosling.
Oh,
right.
That
makes sense. Now, makes sense that the only video you have tonight is is this.
So the dance troupe you were in, can you tell us about? Because apparently, young dancers they can be quite vicious.
It's a cutthroat business. And I had to get out. I was on some kind of Canadian Star Search, and I somehow made it to the finals. And my main competition were these 2 twins who were tap dancers, and they were dancing to Phil Collins' 2 Hearts.
Ooh.
And they had big heart-shaped bows, and they were just, they were the ones to beat. So I remember, wishing them luck and going on stage, and I was getting ready to start. I was dancing the Everybody Dance Now by CNC Music Factory, of course.
Yeah.
And I'm getting ready to start, which is This Is How You Started. A winning dance number, if you want to know.
Please get out of your hands, go ahead, go up.
And I look up into the just off stage, and the 2 twins are standing there like the twins from The Shining. And they're just going like this. And I was like, all right, this means war. So I just shimmied my way all the way to that trophy, to that tiny little trophy.
No, because I was going. Is this the same troupe? I was going to say it's an all girl troupe, but obviously it's not. You're in it.
Right.
But you are the only boy in it.
Yeah, that was the.
Was that the?
That was the point.
That was the gimmick.
They let me dance there for free because I was a guy. Because if you had a guy, you would win.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So are you ready to see the dance stylings? I believe you're dancing to Kathy Dennis's classic "Touch Me." Did the troupe have a name, Ryan?
It was Elite Dance Studio. And
how old are you in this one?
Old enough to know better.
Enjoy.
I wish I could say someone said, here, you have to wear this. But that was my idea. I thought, I have a vision for this number. It's purple and silver hammer pants.
They are... The silver hammer pants are...
I don't think we gave them enough of a shot. We gave up with hammer, but I think we should have kept them going. We didn't get... No? Yeah, right.
They may come back.
That part out.
They may come back. Because it's so funny in the proposal, the scene of you when you both run in.
Ah, the naked scene.
But properly naked. I mean,
yes, there's nothing funnier than two naked bodies slapping together. There's nothing sexy about it at all. It's funny. It's not like your hug. It's not intimate and sensual like
it can be frightening, can't it?
I'm sure for Ryan, seeing me come at him at that speed was a little scary, but...
To confess, I wasn't really looking at you.
I don't blame you.
I remember you looking great.
No, I don't do naked for sexy. Naked only works for me in the funny.
But it was great.
What did you say? You don't do naked in the serious, only in the funny?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe that's...
Yeah, I don't know, you know.
No, on film,
they're
not like
awkward
in real life.
anyway. I mean, they're awkward
No, it's
anyway.
like, yeah, anyone put, like, literally
always,
look at... If you're having sex and you get
awkward.
recorded and you don't know you're being recorded, my guess, not that I've ever done this...
I was going to say, this is a weird story.
...is that you don't look good doing it. No. Oh, you know.
Yeah.
This doesn't... Nobody... I can't imagine that someone would look good whilst having...
What?
Intercourse, not knowing their film. But have you noticed anytime someone has a sex tape, it's beautifully lit, they've got the good angles, they're like, that's right, that's like over the shoulders. Who does that?
Do you not?
Who does that?
I got some friends that do that.
Tom, lots of your fans in the audience, lots of your fans everywhere. But is it always the same? What do people mostly ask you? What do people mostly say to you and shout out to you when they see you?
Oh, they used to yell, Houston, we have a problem. They used to yell that. They yell, run, Forrest, run. That's a biggie. Yeah. But now they just, they just yell, Wilson! They yell a lot of Wilsons over there.
And is it the same? Is it the same everywhere? Like if you're in, you know, I don't know.
Yes, yeah. Evidently, Wilson is a universal language word that they don't bother dubbing into any other language. So it's in Hindi, it's in Japanese, Chinese. Wilson! Pretty much all around the world.
Because I didn't realize till you were coming this time that in Forrest Gump, the famous voice that you use as Forrest, it came from a specific person.
Young Michael Connor Humphreys, who played young Forrest Gump. We were trying to... Bob Zemeckis came to me and said, hey, we got a problem on this. There's Michael right there, Sally and Michael. Aww. He was a very young man. He's now a veteran. He served in Afghanistan. Bob said, okay, we got a problem here. You're going to have to teach this kid how to talk the way you want to talk. And I thought, why don't I just talk the way he talks right now? And so we started hanging out with him. And he was from Mississippi, deep in Mississippi. And he had this hard G at the end of his, if he said it wasn't thinking, it was thinking. It wasn't making, it was making. And it says, what does your father do? My daddy makes grease. That's what he said. And he said, I don't understand. Is grease something you make? Yes. He says, what do you do with grease? Well, grease goes into all different sorts of products. And I said, well, like what products? Oh, grease goes into lipsticks. And I was like, well, this is it. So somewhere I have cassettes, hours and hours of me just making chit-chat with a very young Michael Connor.
But he doesn't talk like that anymore.
No, he doesn't. It was just he was 7, 8 years old. He was a young man, and that was the vernacular that we spoke in, and it was priceless.
Oh, that's adorable. You're very welcome to the show. Very nice to see you.
Happy to be here.
Oh, look, Channing's fangirling there. He's very...
Sorry. I'm okay. I'm gonna be okay.
You really are a big fan, though, aren't you?
Yeah, huge.
Yeah.
Very, very much.
Appreciate it.
And have you seen Magic Mike?
Yes.
No, you're lying.
I've seen it to catch some moves, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're still casting for that London show. Now starring. So this is exciting. The fastest man in the world is now the captain of the world in this year's Soccer Aid. So obviously it's a great cause. It's for charity. It raises loads of money. And I don't know you, but I somehow feel you are still going to take this quite seriously.
Very seriously. Very, very seriously. I'm a competitor. So I compete at everything. So I've been telling the team, listen, don't play around with me. I need that trophy. You know what I mean?
So is it an England team and then the rest of the world team? So who's on the rest of the world team?
For me, my favourite people are Perez, and then there's Yaya, there's going to be Seedorf, there's going to be Van der Sar, there's going to be a few guys that
I'm guessing those are footballers.
Yes.
Yeah, OK.
But those are the guys I want to say, you know what I mean? Those are the good ones.
So who's the rubbish? Who are the famous people?
I'm not going to call them. I'm going to call names.
Will Ferrell is probably not the best soccer player or football player.
But the other odd thing is, you know, after all the championships and the Olympics, we are finally going to see you head-to-head with Mo Farah.
Yeah.
Because he's on the England.
Yeah, he's on the England.
Yeah. So will you be kind of watching each other? Because presumably, you know...
I was watching him training today, because we trained for the first time today. All he does is just run about. He never gets tired, though. That's going to be a big problem. He can keep going. Like a Duracell match, he just keeps going and going and going.
Because how are you after the 10-second mark? Do you tire very quickly?
I just went sideline and sat down. That was it.
Vanessa, your upbringing, on the face of it, sounds so standard. It's a nice house in Wimbledon. It involves hedges. But your father sounds like he was quite a force to be reckoned with, your father.
He is, yeah.
So he's a urologist?
He's a urologist, yes. So there was, like, no topic off limits, basically. And also, like, loved embarrassing us, you know.
Because you would bring... Well, you and your sister would bring boyfriends
around, yeah. And I don't know what... He calls it, like, the third degree, so he, like, deliberately embarrasses them. So my sister's first boyfriend, the first question he asks is, are you circumcised? And I don't know why. There was, like, no context.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. It's quite intense, Ryan, actually, yeah.
Oh.
And I think there was one... Oh, no. Yeah. I don't know if I should tell that one.
No, tell that one. Tell that one.
Well, I think...
Release the
One of my first boyfriends was like... He was like a big hypochondriac, and I think he got worried that he had something, like maybe thrush or something. Thrush, like something mild, and he panicked. And my dad was like, get him off. And so just
For your
did a
dad?
quick examination. Yeah, because, you know, it's easier than waiting for the GP, I guess.
I'm sorry.
I love this show so much.
Waiting lists at the NHS aren't that bad. You don't have to drop trow in her house.
I don't know I don't know.
Were you
can't
there?
remember. No, I left, but I was just checking everything was okay, yeah. I mean, like, he's amazing.
I would sooner go to a hospital in a war zone.
Do you think? I know. I know. It's like one of those things you can't quite believe happened, but he's very cool. He's like, he's very cool. He used to, like, if I couldn't get into clubs and stuff, he'd take me in quite by that. My mum was like, is that your sugar daddy? I was like, no, it's my actual dad. And he'd leave. But he'd just put me in if I couldn't get in, you know, in those...
Bizarre. There was a lovely thing you said where you were thinking about coming back, and you said it was the sort of the spirit of your late mother kind of spoke to you.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The last time I was here with you, actually, it had been 8 years since my mom had passed, and she passed while I was doing Sister Act here.
Is that 8 years ago?
Yeah.
But I read a thing, it was really sweet. I think you hadn't really like made a bed, you just sort of started making money.
Right.
And your first thing was, Mom, I want to get you a treat.
What's the thing you've always wanted but never thought you'd have? And she said, well, I would like to have an ermine coat and a beaver bowler hat. The beaver bowler must come in a box. It must have the brush, and it has to say it. And I said, okay. I didn't know what a beaver bowler hat was, but somebody told me, and then I got it for her, and she never wore the coat. She only wanted the coat so that she used to lay it on her bed, and all she wanted to do was, on the days when she was feeling out of sorts, she wanted to take it off the bed and drag it down the stairs. So
sweet. Wow. So sweet.
It was really cool.
Oh, it's lethal. There you go. Over you come. Hello, darling. Hello. Hello. Nice to meet you. Hello. Hello. Come meet the people. There we go. That's a Rita Ora. That's a Stephen
Thank you.
Oh, I feel like a glamorous air hostess. Right, everyone aboard. Now, that belongs to Miss Julie Walters.
Oh, isn't it fabulous? Do you like it? Yeah.
She's going to nick it.
It's not mine.
And that's the end of that. No.
Real diamonds. It's good, isn't it?
Is it really real diamonds?
No, is it egg? I don't know.
You've got her interested now. Not giving that back. Hey, ladies, thank you very much for doing that. Focus, everyone. Focus. Focus.
Stop it, come on.
Focus.
Get on with
yes,
the show.
We're all about your Channel 4 show. now we're promoting other things. Because it's off the album Sucker.
Yes.
Which is obviously Charlie XCX's album.
Yes.
Now, will it be on your album then, Rita Ora?
Well, I mean, it might as well be, since I kind of love the song as much as she does. But actually, funny story, it's because I heard this song when she wrote it, and I really, really fell in love with it. So me being on it means it's kind of on my record already. Right?
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. But it's on her record right now at this moment.
But she can borrow it from me, it's fine.
Hey, now, two things also must talk about. We must talk about the voice, which is doing so well, and you were really good on it, Rita.
Oh, thank you so much. You guys like it?
They're watching it, they're good. And when do you go? You don't go live for ages yet.
No, we go live in March, but we pre-recorded it all last year so we could have a New Year's break and all of that malarkey. But it was a really great experience to do the voice. I was really nervous, in the beginning.
Because were you in two minds whether you could do it or not?
Yeah, it was just kind of like, do I want to expose myself that much every Saturday night on TV? You do it, but I don't know. I didn't know if I could do it, Some people...
But I don't do anything else. you do other things. Yeah.
But it came out really well. I started to get a lot of my friends' mothers starting to like me, which was a nice feeling.
My mum loves her. She's like, bring Rita around for dinner, please. I'm like, I think she's busy.
Bear in mind, she hasn't seen one episode of the
Yeah, I haven't watched an episode. Sorry. I'll get my mum to record
She's
it.
busy. She's out gallivanting. Yeah, she can't possibly watch that. Now, when the first lockdown hit, do you get stuck in America?
Yeah, I got stuck in America. And I find America quite hard sometimes, because I'm very English. And I would just like to say you saved my life when I was in America. Seriously. Swear to God, I was missing fish and chips, I was missing pints of lager. Like, people in Hollywood, they're not very, got British humour, have they? Do you know what I mean? You can't tell someone in Hollywood the feet stink. Because they'll be they'll just look at you so funny. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, even if someone's feet stink in America, it's like, oh my God, hi, your feet are amazing. Do you know what I mean? Or whatever. I was sat in the house, binging Peep Show, getting me mum to send me chocolate hobnobs across the ocean, wanting to get home.
Oh. Alan Bennett in 50 years. I heard you talking somewhere today how your height difference makes those stunts more complicated.
Thank you, Graham.
I didn't say it. Zendaya said it.
No, that is a good story.
It's a good story. Well, you see, there's a particular stunt. I don't know if it's in this, but there's a, Spider-Man swings us on top of a bridge, and he places me there.
Oh, there you
and
are.
That's the bridge.
Yeah.
That's the bridge.
We eventually jump off of that. I was
great.
screaming. Yeah. So he's supposed to gently, you know, rest MJ on the bridge and walk away from her. Because of our height difference, I obviously, if we're on the same like point,
'cause we were attached, weren't
we
we?
were attached. I would land before him because my feet obviously hit the ground before he does. So, what would happen?
Well, it's called a bottom mark, isn't it? And the bottom mark is to basically, it's a thing that they do in stunts that is basically designed to stop you shattering your kneecaps.
Oh, yeah.
So Zendaya would land, and I'm the superhero. I'm supposed to look cool. And she would land, and then I would sort of land like this, and my feet would swing from underneath me, and then she would catch me. And they'd be like, cut! I'm like, stop doing that!
But you were actually very, very lovely about it. You were like, oh my gosh, thank you.
It's so nice to be caught for a change.
For once. Yeah.
And obviously you're back in the suit.
Yes.
The suit's the same this time, right? Or is it being changed, or...?
Yes, it's the same, yes.
OK,
As the last one, there's no changes. Again, I asked for a zip, and I didn't get one. Do you have a zip?
Yeah, sort of.
Sort of?
It's not a conventional zip, no. Otherwise you'd see it, but yeah, it's...
We're talking about the same zip, right? A toilet.
I hope so.
And I've said this publicly before because I really think we should do something about this. I actually think this should, like, all of us, we need to band together and we need to tell somebody. Because he can, like, you know, listen, it's one piece, so there's a helmet and there's all these things that go underneath it, and I always have this fear that if he's, like, working really hard or something's happening, that if he had to, like, throw up, per se, how is he going to get it out? This is a genuine concern.
Yes.
Right? So I honestly, sometimes when I look at him, I'm like, I get a little scared because I'm like, what if you, like, I don't know. It just stresses me out.
I'll be like,
no, help him. It's true, because how are you gonna get it out?
But haven't you've got better at the suit, though. Can't you, you found a way, can you eat with the suit on?
Some things. Some things. There's essentially so the eyes pop out, and there used to be these fans. I remember them bragging about they added in these fans that you could click and it would supposedly cool me down. They worked once. After that, I just have these hot batteries in my helmet. But there's a hole underneath the eye socket where we used to be able to feed a tube down.
Oh, no.
And I could drink without taking the suit off because it, you know, it takes a lot of time.
And you've got to picture this. If children have stayed up late to see Spider-Man, maybe they shouldn't see Spider-Man drinking. It's quite unpleasant.
There it is. Wow. And that is a frappuccino.
That's the tube.